Maybe the match that stole the show. Bryan Danielson and Ricky Starks,
Hmm.
no DQ strap match. Bryan Danielson, of course, filling in. As I understand it, that was supposed to be CM Punk's match. Now it looks like Bryan Danielson not only filled his spot on the pay-per-view, but will on Collision. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat there for a big part of it as well. And in the post-match media scrum, Danielson pointed out that, yes, he came back early from that injured arm that was broken at Forbidden Door. But he managed to work the entire match without throwing a strike with that arm, and no one seemed to notice. Bryan stepped up in a big way. And when everyone was giving him his flowers, he said, no, I don't deserve the credit. Ricky Starks carried me. I know that a lot of people are saying, oh, this is doom and gloom for AEW. But this pay-per-view exceeded all expectations. People thought it was going to be a terrible show. The result was a fantastic show. One great match after another, one breakout performance after another. And Ricky Starks, man, he may not have went over, but boy, he got over. This was a special spot for him on pay-per-view with a special opponent, and he came through in a big way. What'd you think?
I was not wanting to interrupt you because we still had 2 more matches to go, or 3 more matches. I don't want to interrupt you, but
there's 4 more, believe it or not.
Okay, 4 more, but this is the one match that I did not want to end this podcast.
Yes,
without talking about it. There's a couple of different bites, and every now and then I'll see one that kind of resurfaces. And I think when we launched this podcast, Conrad, I did there for a while. I did it every other week, and then I did it once a month. And I would tell folks, "Hey, I'll do 15 minutes," but I said I want to promote and get the word out about the podcast. Well, when you have 15 minutes to interview me about the podcast, of course you go into wrestling career and all this, but I was asked kind of like in a series of interviews, hey, who do you think is the best talent? Or I don't know, it was asked a couple of different ways. And I said a couple of weeks in a row, a couple of interview sessions in a row, and I said Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. And they ask, and I give the same answer, kind of the same way every time. I think he is the very best storyteller in modern wrestling. I think he has a unique ability. I'm going to call flag. I'm going to call BS on his humble comment. It's okay. Ricky's a phenomenal talent, but for Bryan to say those comments, I get it, and I very respectful of that. But his ability, it's uncanny, because he, and I say storytelling because the story of that match is what people got invested in. And you talk about, that's what I was talking about on Saturday in Steamboat, and that's why I think when you utilize legends that have just incredible credibility and story, and you kind of look at where Steamboat, kind of where he started in this story, and now Punk wasn't in it. It was Ricky and the 2 Rickies, Steamboat and Starks, and then insert Bryan. And so that's all a story in 24 hours. But I believe on last night's card, it's the one match that people had no idea that it was going to have the impact on the night that it did. I just don't think, I can't say enough good things about it. He is an unbelievable storyteller. Brutal straps and everything that goes with it. And, there was interference and whatever you want to get into it. But that place was rocking. They loved it, and it was a brutally hard, and I'm, personally happy for Starks. Guys coming up in this business, every guy, you just, you look back on different careers. I think, oh gosh, Kurt gave it to Cena, and a different guy. Scott Hall gave me a match that Okay. Just there's certain matches that you have with older veterans or guys that are already up on top that that they're irreplaceable. I believe that match is irreplaceable in Ricky Starks' career. I think it will be. I think it's going to stand the test of time. Like, oh wow, and look at the circumstances that it happened. Had not all of the other set of circumstances, he'd never had this opportunity. So, the Grand Weaver, you never ever know what is going to come down the pike next. I mean, you know, I could talk about it forever.